Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. On this video I'm going to be giving you my predictions for Manchester United's game against Bayern Munich in the Champions League group stage. It's the first game of the group stage. It is at the Allianz Arena. So I am going to go for Bayern Munich win, unfortunately. And the score, I'm going to go for 3-1 to Bayern Munich. The goal scorers for Bayern Munich, I'm going to go with Harry Kane. I think he'll get 2. And the other goal scorer for Bayern Munich, I'm going to go with Serge Gnabry. And Manchester United's goal scorer, I'm going to go with Marcus Rashford. So that is your predictions. I've already given you my predicted 11 for this game. Bayern Munich are a very dominant force. You know, they're sitting second in the Bundesliga at the moment. You know, they drew the previous game with Bayer Leverkusen 2-2. You know, like I said, Bayern Munich have got some good players in there. They've got Serge Gnabry, Harry Kane. Harry Kane has enjoyed a good start to his career at Bayern Munich. I think he's got like 4 goals in 4, is it? Bayern Munich paid a substantial amount. You know, they paid around 102 million. Don't forget, Man United were in for Harry Kane for such a long time. You know, they got Kingsley Coman. I'm not too sure if he'll be playing any part tonight. You know, Thomas Muller's still at Bayern Munich. They've got Leroy Sané, who they signed, of course, for Man City. I think he'll be in contention to play tonight. Joshua Kimmich. Leon Goretzka, he's a former Schalke player. You know, centre-halves, they've got Matthias de Ligt, former Juventus and Ajax player. Dayot Upamecano, who before Man United were in for. One of the goalkeepers Bayern Munich have got is Manuel Neuer. So, yeah, they have got some good players in there. And like I've mentioned, Bayern Munich have lost good players. You know, they lost Sadio Mane, who they initially got from Liverpool. They lost Ryan Gravenberch. He's obviously at Liverpool now. Liverpool got him for a reasonable fee. They lost Benjamin Pavard as well. Marcel Sabitzer left Bayern Munich. Don't forget, last season he was out on loan with Man United. A while ago, they lost Robert Lewandowski. So, yeah, they have lost good players. You know, Bayern Munich have got a very good manager in Thomas Tuchel. You know, Tuchel got appointed in as the Bayern Munich manager in March this year. So, he's been the Munich manager for 6 months or so now. He's got a good pedigree behind him, won a lot of trophies in his managerial career. You know, before Munich, managed the likes of Chelsea. So he's proven in the Premier League. You know, he managed PSG, Borussia Dortmund. Then he began his managerial career at Mainz 05. And the last time, like I've mentioned already on my last few videos, the last time Man United played Munich in the Champions League was almost a decade ago. But Man United have got to get back to winning ways. You know, we're coming into this game on the back of a 3-1 home defeat to Brighton. Man United have enjoyed a very bad start to the Premier League season. Lost 3 of his first 5 league games. Only picked up 6 points in our first 5 league games. And Man United is sitting 13th in the table. As you all know, Man United have got players missing. Sofian Amrabat's been out with injury. We got him on loan from Fiorentina. You know, Malaysia is out with injury. Luke Shaw's injured. Kobo Mano, that young player's been out with injury. Sancho's had off-pitch matters. Anthony's had off-pitch matters. It said he's suspended for tonight's game. Varane, of course, he's out with a knock. Maguire is now injured, so he won't play any part tonight. Well, he won't be first choice anyway. He said Man United could be without up to 11 players for tonight's game. After Bayern Munich, Man United do play Burnley away. It did say of in regards to Ten Hag, the next 5 games are crucial. Erik Ten Hag exit begins. He could be sacked by Christmas. He is under pressure. He's admitted he's under pressure, reflecting on Man United's terrible start to the Premier League season. Ten Hag got heavily criticised during Man United's 3-1 home loss to Brighton at Old Trafford. There has been some games where he has got his decisions wrong. You can't just blame the manager though. The players have got to take responsibility as well for not performing to the standards that they should be performing at. Obviously things are going on off the pitch as well. Obviously, we've got to get the owners out of the club, the Glazers. But Ten Hag, like I've mentioned, my perceptions are starting to change on him. I'm now getting the feeling maybe he's not the right manager for Man United. But revert back to last season, my perceptions were totally different to that. I was coming out praising him, saying he's the right man for Man United, he can take us forward. Last season Ten Hag did very well. He won us the Carabao Cup, first trophies in 2017, got us to the FA Cup semi-final, got us a top 4 finish in the league, which he had to do, and he exceeded them expectations. Ten Hag has been the United manager for around 15 months, got appointed in June last year as the Man United manager. His contract runs until 2025. And Ten Hag's like Man United's, 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. So obviously if the club decide to sack him, he'll be the 5th permanent manager to be sacked since Ferguson. But to be honest with you, I can't really see the point in Man United sacking Ten Hag, because I don't think it'll really change out, because it's an ongoing cycle. We've got rid of managers and still nothing's really improved at Man United. We've been in transition for so many years now. Since Alex Ferguson retired, you can say we've been in transition. There's no excuse, is there, of what's been going on at Man United for so many years. We spent a lot of money. Ten Hag has spent a lot of money since he come in. He's spent over £200 million. He's brought a lot of players to the club. He brought Sofian Amrabat in on loan. He brought Reguilon in on loan. He brought Andre Onana in to replace De Gea. Brought Mason Mount in. Good player, but Man United overpaid for him, by the way. He's been out with injury. He brought Rasmus Højlund in from Atalanta. That were around 64 million. I think he's had, 1 or 2 injuries since he came to the club. So he brought these players in during the summer. He's enjoyed quite a few transfer windows now at the club. Ten Hag's also got rid of a lot of players as well, which he had to do. But he's still inheriting some deadwood at the club. But overall, I'd say since Ferguson retired, Man United have spent over £1 billion. Obviously on my last video, I give you the news on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Solskjaer's give his first interviews since he was sacked by Man United. And he's mentioned quite a few stuff. I'll go over it with you again. He's revealed the 5 players he wanted to sign when he were at Man United. That was Haaland, Kane, Bellingham, Rice and Moises Caicedo. So Solskjaer's basically said he didn't get the players he wanted to recommend into the club. Didn't get enough backing by the Man United board and that. He also said it was a mistake bringing Cristiano Ronaldo back to the club. I will agree with him on that aspect because Man United did look worse when Ronaldo returned to the club, and obviously weren't getting the best out of Bruno Fernandes at that point, which doesn't really make sense because Fernandes and Ronaldo both played together for Portugal. He also said, Solskjaer, that the Liverpool player that caused him the most problems was Firmino. Don't forget he scored twice in Liverpool's 5-0 win at Old Trafford back in 2021. Obviously, in general, Solskjaer criticised players during his time in charge. He said Man United players are not good enough as they think they are. Solskjaer has basically revealed the issues he had at the club. Obviously, he's landed a new job with UEFA. He rejected offers from Saudi Arabia. Solskjaer, of course, was the Man United manager for almost 3 years. He was in charge of around 148 games. Solskjaer did get appointed in as the United manager back in December 2018. Obviously, at that point, took over as the interim. Did well as the interim, then the club decided to give him the job on a permanent basis back in March 2019. Solskjaer, of course, got us a second place finish. He got in, was that in his second season? In his first season, was it got us a third place finish? He got us to semi-finals. Don't forget he got us to Europa League final as well, but unfortunately didn't win a trophy when he was Man United manager. Of course, Solskjaer's final game in charge was the 4-1 defeat to Watford. I do adore Solskjaer. I think every United fan does. He is a legend of the club and he always will be a legend of the club. But it was the right decision sacking him because he wasn't the right man for the job. Obviously, before Solskjaer managed, Molde. I think he had, 2 spells with them. Don't forget he managed Cardiff as well. And obviously, when Solskjaer got sacked, Rangnick come in. Well, actually, Carrick managed a few games and then I think we brought Rangnick in after that. But it's just going to be hard for anybody at Man United to replicate what Sir Alex Ferguson did. You know, Sir Alex Ferguson, greatest manager of all time, brought success to the club, won over 30-odd trophies, didn't he, as United manager? He enjoyed a long managerial tenure. He enjoyed 26 years as Man United manager. Don't forget, Ferguson, in his first 4 years, though, didn't win anything. You know, if Ferguson was in charge at this moment, the hairdryer would be out on all the players. He wouldn't put up with this inconsistency and these poor performances and these poor results. So, like I've said, you know, these fans now criticising Ten Hag, I do agree to a certain extent why they're criticising him. Maybe some of his decisions are wrong and that. But like I've said, the players all have to take responsibility as well. You know, there's good players in there. There's still players we need to get rid of. Like I said, the owners have a big part to play in all of this as well. They need to go. You know, so things have got to change at Manchester United. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless.